Hello everyone, in this video I'll show the basic steps to create a World of Warcraft add-on from scratch using the Stormwind Library. Before we start, here's a quick overview about this library. Stormwind Library is a Lua library developed to serve as a framework for building World of Warcraft add-ons following three principles. Client agnostic, because it doesn't depend on any specific World of Warcraft client version. Built on demand, as it's developed side by side with the add-ons that use it. Open source, so it can be used, modified and shared by the community. So let's start with a very simple idea for an add-on. Let's call it Party Friends, which will create a command that adds every party member as a friend. And of course, this is just a simple example and probably not very useful, but our goal here is to keep it simple and focus on the add-on creation process. Just like any add-on, we need to create a folder inside the add-ons folder, give it a name, and open this as a project. For this example, I'm using Visual Studio Code, but it's up to you if you want to use any other development tool. The next step is to create a TLC file, which is the main file that tells the game about the add-on. The file must have the same name as the folder, and it's a simple text file with some metadata. Please note that everything so far is not related to the Stormwind library yet. We're just creating the structure that World of Warcraft uses to make the add-on work when the game is running. And finally, let's create the partyfriends.lua file, which is the add-on code itself, and print a simple message to the chat when the add-on is loaded. That way you can test if everything is working so far before importing the library. Let's also add this file to the TLC file. Okay, now that we have an add-on structure being loaded in the game, let's import the Stormwind library and make use of its utilities to achieve what we planned for the Party Friends add-on. The best way to get the most recent library version is to open the repository page and click on the link under the release section to download its distribution version, which is identified by stormwind-library.lua. Save this file inside the add-on folder. And personally, I like to create a lib folder in case the add-on needs more libraries in the future. Finally, update the TLC file with a reference to it. You may notice that the library is structured in a single table called stormwind_v plus the number version. It was a design decision considering that as a library, multiple add-ons running at the same time can use different versions. So that way the library tables won't collide and replace the other one. As an example, if Party Friends is using the library 1.2.0, it will work perfectly in a World of Warcraft client that has an old add-on using the version 1.1.0 and so on. Now that we have our library version imported in the TLC file, let's jump to the partyfriends.lua file in the root of the add-on folder and start coding. We start by instantiating the library based on its version, which means we create a local library value and call a new method. For the new method, we pass a table containing the add-on options. I won't go into details about all the add-on options available, as it's a topic for another video, but the most important one is the add-on name, which is the unique identifier for the add-on, and in our case, the common name we want to create. I'll also create the add-on main table called Party Friends and associate the library instance so all the children properties may access it during the add-on execution, but that's optional. Finally, I'm passing a callback to the player login event so Party Friends is initialized and prints a welcome message once the player enters the world. Note that we didn't have to create a frame and set listeners here like we usually do. That's because Stormwind Library provides an event layer between World of Warcraft API and add-ons, but that's also a topic for another video. Stormwind Library provides an easy way to add chat commands to the game that won't require the developer to manually touch the / command table. The only thing we need to do is to call a function that accepts a common object which can be instantiated like this. For the operation, let's pass add and the callback just to print a message for now. We will implement the real operation soon. I intend to record another video with more details about the library command structure, so make sure to check the channel in the future. And I forgot to mention that the description is used by the library to build the help message. Let's see that happening. This is a list of available commands and their respective descriptions. See that the add operation just created is there. Then when we type /partyfriends add, it prints our stub message. We have all the structure up and running, so it's time to provide a real implementation for the add command. Please note that for this example, I'm not worried about lots of sanity checks, optimization, and other things that a developer must pay attention. This is just an intention to see the add-on working. I'm basically iterating over the group members, getting their names, and calling the World of Warcraft API add friend method, passing the name if it exists, and let's see that in the game. For this example, I've created a group with some random players that accepted to be part of this video or not, and I'm running the chat command we created with the library. Let me open the friends window, and that's it. The other 4 members of the group are now friends. And that's it for now, folks. I hope this video is enough to provide you an idea on how Stormwind Library is used to build add-ons. Remember, my plan is to post specific videos about all the library features, so follow the channel, updates for more information. Also, feel free to drop questions, suggestions, and anything else that comes to your mind in the comments below. Thanks for watching.